don't know what happened to Ben Powers. I have no idea. But people ask me. I wish somebody would tell me something definitive, or Ben would show up. Johnny Brown is still around. Johnny Brown is around. He's out there. I like Johnny. He was actually my favorite cast member. Yes, ma'am.
How old were you when you first got on Good Times?
27 or 28, something like that. Yeah, because I had been doing stand-up for like 12 years by that time.
You look really young.
I look really young. Thank you, as opposed to looking old now. Yeah, buddy. Good. Oh! Richard, yeah. I think Richard was a pained soul. Richard had, some people say a monkey on your back and stuff like that with the drug thing. Richard had like Godzilla on his back. And I think the problem that Richard had is he was a gifted old soul, extremely talented, and because of the drugs and the alcohol, I think it made him null and void. He really wiped himself out. He was unable to do anything. And I think, look, let me say this. I know some of you know who Paul Mooney is, who's a very good comic. He's not for everybody. He's not for everybody who sits here. But Mooney was tremendously loyal to Richard Pryor. And without Paul Mooney, there would be no Richard Pryor. And he was the one who kept all his stuff together. He was the one who got him up to go on stage, because Richard was incapable of everyday functioning because of the drugs. Yeah, he could not function as a human being. And that's the only thing that kept him, is that Mooney went to a house in Northridge every day and said, come on, man, we're going to do this. And that's what made it happen. Richard obviously had tremendous abilities, but they were really wiped out by the alcohol thing that really did him a bad job. Yes, my man.
Jimmie, we have time for 2 more.
Huh?
2 more.
2 more, that's all, okay. I didn't have a reaction when the show was canceled, because we have taken a different direction, and it was like, okay. The only thing I was a little perturbed about, this would sound selfish, Norman Lear always helped me with my writers in terms of finances, and I said, oh my God, I'm not going to be able to pay my writers, because I had like 31 guys on my staff. So I really like to do that, but that was my main problem, is not being able to pay my guys, and I didn't like that. Yes, ma'am.
I'm going to sit down because this is...
You're sitting down.
This is just breathtaking. I mean,
It's okay.
We grew up, it's like my mother, father, deceased, and my father used to make us sit down and watch all these great programs.
Well, he's a great guy then.
And understood, what you may not have time to explain in depth. But my question is this, and thank you, we love you.
Oh, stop it, stop it, stop it, stop it. Stop right now. Yeah, we don't curse at all. No, we have never, on stage we don't do it. I think that you got me off on another tangent briefly. I got to answer this with the thing. But I was upset that, we'll get to you, don't worry. I think language, we learned from Johnny Carson. He was a guy who taught us, whether you like him or not, he taught us not to curse, to be able to get laughs with clean jokes. Nowadays, and I blame this again on Leno. Leno has let comedy slip around, that now the language thing has gotten so crazy. People, I listen to people now who do HBO and Showtime and Comedy Central Express. They go, do you talk with your mother like that? Oh my head, darn it! And the thing that upsets me the most, a couple of things. Comedy now is very segregated, and it upsets me that that's the case. When I started, if you saw Flip Wilson, I saw Flip Wilson. If you saw Alan King, I saw Alan King. And we all laughed at the same thing, and we were all together as a country. Nowadays, there's comedy just for that segment. If you're black, there's a Cat Williams, there's a Michael Epps for you. If you're Hispanic, there's a Gabriel Iglesias or one of those kind of guys for you. If you're gay, you got gay comics that just do gay stuff. And what it's done is it's tore apart our society. That's why we are where we don't like ourselves, because we don't hang out with each other. We don't know each other. It's very tough. Go ahead. What was your question? I'm sorry.
Thank you. So I just love to hear you talk.
You're the only one.
The question is this. I think shelter, the Franklin shelter, the Armory on the 1122 Franklin,
Right.
and it's all women's shelter.
I'll be right down.
We could help to convert that. We have so much talent up in there, but nobody wants to listen to the problems and that is given to us to prevent us from doing the things
Right.
that we want to do as positive. Yesterday, I actually got jacked up by one of the sisters who had jumped me because we were doing a petition. We actually have 61 women who say we don't want the crap that we're getting, we want better. So actually a resident, so I was in the hospital like all day, but I said, I'm not stopping, I'm moving forward.